Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you be in the loop. I'll let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, in the between time, I'm going to give some shots out to the early birds, starting with dun, dun, dun. Linda Moore. Shalom from Goldsboro, North Carolina. What's up, Judge Dreads? H-Town. Jimmy Bab. Is that Bab or Bob? Jimmy Bob. Jimmy Bob. Fellow black men lay on buildings for political rivals. If you know, you know. Connie Spoon, what's up, Mississippi? Alaman Sublin, what up, what up? Kate Holland, Billy Williams, Manny Soto. All right, fam, going in. Look, I had to put the title the way I did because, you know, Charlie, he was really, really, really about his white people. You know, he was really white people. And this is what I say a lot of times when people have that type of hate for others. You know, he really hated black people. You know, he would throw you off because he would entertain black people from time to time. You know, when he would have these speaking engagements and stuff, you know, black people step up to the podium, and because he's polite to them and stuff, you know, people say, see there, he's not that bad. He's not a racist. No, he's not that bad. He would, you know, he would be cordial and respectful at times, right? So that's not like really surprising, because you see a lot of times with politicians and activists and stuff, you know, they think one way and they do one thing. And even if you accuse them of doing something, they'll continue to do it and deny it, knowing that it's obvious what they're doing. They'll still deny it to the end. Basically, what they're doing is gaslighting, right? In this situation, I was looking at, I've been going down the rabbit hole of a lot of Charlie Kirk's viewpoints. And he was consistently for division. As long as, if, you know, anybody that wasn't white, he was consistently promoting division. Consistently promoting division. He also promoted the right to kill, to shoot, gun violence. He thought that was a necessary evil in order to maintain our Second Amendment rights. He thought that gun violence was a necessary evil. Now, let's take a look at that for a moment. I think in this case, now listen, I don't think Charlie Kirk was a good person, but in this situation with the gun violence thing, I think what he meant was that you're going to have some people that's going to abuse their rights as a gun owner. There are going to be some situations where people are going to act out and kill people as they're speaking to a crowd at a university under a tent. That's just one of the necessary evils if we want to maintain our gun rights. That's one of the things that's going to happen from time to time, and we just got to live with it. So I understand what he was trying to say. Perhaps he didn't articulate himself as well as he could have, but then again, he was very unapologetically him. So perhaps he meant what he said exactly the way he said it, and didn't feel any need to have any type of retraction whatsoever. But going back to this black thing, this white thing, this guy and a lot of the guys that are like him that push that black-white narrative, what they fail to tell their people that listen to them, they fail to remind them that most white people are killed and raped and murdered, and murdered, raped, killed. But most white people are robbed, by white people. So it's amazing how they have so much anger for people oftentimes that they have no relationships with. Like many of the people that think like him, they don't have not one black friend. They don't have a black friend. They don't have a black associate. They never grew up around black people. But all of their strongest convictions and the things that they hate the most, somehow, some way, they keep, it's black people's fault. A girl left them, black man's fault. Their husband left them, it's the black people's fault. They lose their job, it's the black people's fault. Their back hurt, it's the black people's fault. I saw earlier today where 3 black HBCUs faced terrorist threats. This is in direct connection and response to the killing happening on the white campus at Utah Valley University. This is directly connected to that. So it's like, oh, so we had a killing on our campus, on the campus of a white campus, and since black people ain't bending down to kiss the ring, and some of them are actually happy that Charlie is dead, we're going to threaten their schools and we're going to threaten them with gun violence, because everything that happens to them in their mind, anything that happens to them adversely is got to be the fault of black people. Like out of all the other people in the world, they got Mexicans here, they got Asians here, they got they got people from Russia here and Iran and all kind of places, but it's always the black people's fault. For somehow, some way, anything that if they mad, they got a headache, it's the black people's fault. The store closed before they got there, it's the black people's fault. Any anger, they justify. They angry. They justify, it's got to be the black people. If they tired of living and they want to off themselves, they don't want to just off themselves. They want to go kill some black people too while they off themselves. This is why you have to be straight up diligent and have a, you got to have a bring it mentality, motherfucker. Like that. You got to be like, man, and give it to them. You got to give them everything they're looking for. If that's what they want, you got to give it to them and give it to them 100 times more than whatever they were thinking about doing to you. White supremacy is so strong in America that even black people who know that Charlie Kirk was not a good person, was not a good human being, even them, they're measuring their words. They're scared to speak out. They're scared to say, yo, that guy got what he was asking for. That guy died in a manner that he lived. He did a lot of talk about supporting violence. But here's what Charlie did not bank on. Charlie did not bank on that it would happen to him. Charlie thought he would be on the delivery side of violence. He never thought that it would happen to him. And he also did a lot of dog whistling, and he was, cool with the people who supported him going out and committing violence. He was cool with that. Them going out committing violence. So he's thinking that, well, I ain't got to do nothing. I just send them out there to do the work. And then, they got a lot of crash dummies out there that don't really think for themselves. So when they hear somebody saying something, somebody that they support, they hear them saying something, they say, go do this, go do that. They're like robots, they just go do it. They get mad and they want to hurt something. But most of the time they try to hurt people that ain't did nothing to them directly. Instead of going for the person who made you mad like that. Who twisted your brain up like that to have you thinking like that? Who beat you when you were young? Who beat you? Who violated you? Who violated you when you were young? Who took the job away from you? No, not who sent the jobs overseas. Who got that promotion over you? Who got the promotion over you? Who skipped the line? In fact, forget the person who got the promotion, because that person is just trying to do what's best for them and their family, and they're trying to rise. What individual skipped over you and gave the promotion to somebody else that you deserved? See, they don't address those type of issues. They don't address those type of issues. They just go and try to seek out somebody who ain't never did anything to them. It don't really make a lot of sense to me. Because if I'm going to crash out, I'm going to crash out on my enemies. I'm not crashing out on no innocent people. I'm going straight to the source. If that source is my mama, I'm going straight to the source. Yeah, so Charlie Kirk, but he really despised black people. He was saying that if he sees a black pilot, he was going to think that that black pilot didn't deserve to be a pilot. Like somehow he cheated. Like somehow he didn't deserve to be a pilot. He would not want to fly. He would not want a black pilot to fly him. He said if he was in customer service and he saw a moronic black woman, yeah, he was dealing with a moronic black woman, he would think that she probably got that through DEI. Now, what would make somebody say something? Why did he have to single out a black woman when customer service across the board in America is down? And most people that's working in customer service ain't even Americans these days. You call one of those damn customer service places, somebody like, and you be like, excuse me, what do you say? And they get offended that you can't understand them. Most of them have horrible English. And they get offended if you ask them, what did you say? Totally offended. They get really annoyed. So why did he have to single out the black woman? Because he was a racist. Because if I'm talking about customer service, I would just say customer service. If I get an angry customer service agent on the phone, I wouldn't even specify gender. I would have just said agent, because to me, all of them are hit or miss. No matter what customer service you call, all of them are hit or miss. Well, I take that back. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them are pretty consistent, no matter what. They try to be good. Like they try to accommodate you. Like I'll say, like American Home Shield, anytime I call them with an issue, man, they be ready. And they answer the phone. They get on the phone quick. They quit. It's probably because they be trying to collect that money at the top, But in any event, still, if you're calling them because you need some assistance. But yeah, most of these customer service, most of these places that you call customer service is horrible. Really, really bad. But time and time again, he pointed out black folks. He was like, why did the white guy, have to pay reparations? So yeah, not surprisingly, the police are looking for a white suspect in the murder of conservative podcaster activist Charlie Kirk, who was shot in the neck on yesterday at Utah Valley University as he gave he wasn't really giving a speech, but he was having a Q&A with the students. Anybody surprised? Anybody surprised it was a white guy that shot him? See, the reason why I'm pointing this out, fam, is because Charlie's biggest fear was black people. His biggest fear was black people. He was always talking about black people this, black people that, black people committing all the crimes, black people committing all the gun violence. But a white guy took him out. A white guy killed him. A white guy exercised his Second Amendment right to carry a gun. The white guy is the one that got up on top of that roof, got on that rooftop and aimed that rifle at him and shot him in the neck, effectively ending his life. A white guy did that. Out of all the fear that he had for black people, that was his worst fear. Black people, that was his worst fear. For all the fear that he had for black people, for all the fear mongering that he used to incite violence against black people, a white guy aimed a gun at his neck and shot him. And that is the case for most white people who are going to be violated in this country. You are going to be violated by a white person. So if you're so afraid of black people, why aren't you absolutely terrified of white people? Because that's too much like right. You're gonna mess around and run out of people to hate. See, you hate because you want to hate. Your hate don't even make sense half the time. The reason why I don't hate all white people, I hate who hate me. Straight up. I don't give a damn what color you are. I hate who hate me. I love who love me. But the reason why I don't hate all white people is because for the same reasons that people say that, well, I don't like this or I don't like that, and they give a plausible reason, like I don't like French fries because they're greasy, right? So I can't not like French fries because they're greasy and then still eat fried chicken. That don't even really make sense. So I like to be consistent. So if I say I do not like all white people, because all white people are liars, well then I got to make sense of the black people that I know are liars. Because there's a lot of black people. I know a lot of black people who lie. I know black politicians who lie. So should I also hate all black people? Because most of the politicians that are black that I know, that they lie. If you get, let me tell you something. Being sexually abused is one of the most horrific things that could happen to a human being. It's one of the most, I think most of us will agree to that. I want you to also think about this. Most people who have been sexually abused were abused by someone who shared the same background, the same ethnicity as they do. But they don't hate all people from their group. And that is a horrific thing to go through. To me, that would seem like one of those things that'll make you say, if you're one of them people that hate all people of a certain group, to me, that seemed like one of those things that'll make you hate all people of that group, because that's very horrific. Most people who hate all these people over here ain't never had anything directly done to them by those people over there. Shit don't even make sense to me. It's goofy. This is why I know, like, most people are followers. Most people do not possess the rudimentary skill of having critical thinking. Most people can't do that. Just most people just don't have it. I won't even go as far as saying critical thinking. I would just say common sense. Most people just don't even have common sense. What's up, China Carter? I think most people out here who go around and sow division, seeds of division, I think that they just do it because that's how they were taught. They were taught to be like that, and they see that there ain't a lot of punishment for it. There's not a lot of punishment for it. You know, like, they're not losing their jobs. They're not being ostracized in their communities. Oftentimes they're being rewarded. It's like a police officer, a dirty cop. The dirty cop gets promoted. See? So there ain't a whole lot of incentive for them to change their behavior. Most people go through something in life. We all have ups and downs. We have good days, bad days. When you're feeling like having a bad day, or maybe it's a good day for you to pick on somebody. This is one of the things that drive bullies. Bullies, they find it entertaining to violate people who they perceive to be weaker. It's entertaining to them. And if they don't see if there ain't no repercussions, what is the incentive for them to change their behavior? See, there has to be consequences and repercussions for bad behavior. You cannot reward bad behavior and think somehow it's going to stop. Not only is bad behavior from that particular person is not going to stop if you reward that bad behavior, it's going to encourage others to participate in bad behavior because they want some of those rewards too. You can even look at how it is on the internet. You got dudes on the internet right now, they don't bring no value to humanity whatsoever. All they do is spew negativity all day long. And because many of us are entertained by negativity, we'll click on that video way quicker than we would click on a video about something that has some substance. Way quicker. The video with the sensational headline, such said, such is a hoe. Oh shit, let me see what he's talking about. Such said, eat more greens. They'd be lucky to have 5 views. One saves your life. The other threatens your life because it's full of negativity and negative energy transfers throughout your body. And it causes stress and it causes things in your body to break down. I just wanted to jump on here and share that with y'all, fam. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. That's right. Smash those likes up before you walk out the door, fam. Smash those likes up before you walk out the door. I'm gonna go through some of y'all comments. Before I shut it down, let me see what y'all talking about. What's up, Dice Tracks? Bin Laden's shopper. L Dub, what up? Tony Snow. Or is that Stowe? That's Stowe. Tony Stowe. Pamela Whiteberry, what up? Justin Stevens. M. Holmes. Bree Knobs, what's up? What's up, Mike Mims? The original Eminem. OG, man. Yeah, fam. So that's me, man. That's why I be on these type of dudes' heads that sow that division. I'm gonna get on their head. I'm gonna stay on their head. We're in some dark times right now, fam. Those times are going to get darker. It's just because this kind of reminds me of how things boiled over in the 60s. There was a whole lot of dissension. There was a lot of people sowing seeds of dissension and division, and it was so much negativity, and it was so much police violence, right? A lot of police violence. Then you had the unrest, you had protests and all that kind of stuff. So then you get this melting pot of all of this crazy madness. And next thing you know, people start, not just having, kills in the street, but they start targeting, it spills over into the political realm, where they start taking out people that's involved in politics and activism. So that's what happens. And the trip part about it is the evil people at the top are the ones responsible for all of this. There are evil people at the bottom too, but the evil people at the bottom take their cue from the evil people at the top. The evil people at the top don't normally, they ain't got the balls to get out there and do nothing. What they do is they gaslight. They dog whistle. They gaslight the public, and they dog whistle the people that follow them. And the people that follow them who don't have as much to lose go out there, and then they lose their life or throw their life away trying to ride for a person who wouldn't ride for them. Out there busting and destroying their lives and destroying other lives for people who wouldn't even acknowledge them. So as frustrating as it is, as exhausting as it is on a daily basis with this race shit in America, we all here and ain't none of us going anywhere. So it's like we got to figure out how to live together. Even if you go find you a nice little cozy, well-established, progressive Black neighborhood or white neighborhood or Mexican or Asian neighborhood, you still at some point have to interact with people that don't look like you. When you interact with those people, when you come across those people, wouldn't it be nice to know that there's a mutual respect there? Let's say, ain't nobody saying you got to be friends with nobody. I ain't saying you got to be friends. You ain't got to love nobody else. I'm talking about basic respect. Wouldn't it be nice to know that, I don't really deal with them type of people over there, those people over there, but at least when I do come in contact with them, they're respectful to me. And in turn, I can be respectful to them. Oh, you know what? I don't like them. I hate them. And when I see them, I'm going to let them know how I feel. I'm going to let them know that I don't like them. Okay, that's fine and dandy. So you just put that type of energy out there. Now those people over there, they're on guard and they're looking at you, and people that look like you, they're suspicious. So now your wife or your son or your daughter or your grandmother finds herself coming across one of these people that you hate so much, and they ain't body like you are. And they mess around and get their head knocked off. You can take care of yourself. You can handle yourself. But what about your people? Are they all that body? They all ready? I don't think so. When my daughter or my son is out there in the world, I would hope that if somebody tried to violate them in any kind of way, that there would be another human being that had the decency to step up and try to intervene and shut that shit down. Which brings me to the train situation. That train where, what's his name? DeCarlos. I just remember his first name. Let me look at his last name. DeCarlos Brown. So DeCarlos Brown stabbed to death the Ukrainian refugee, Irina, what was it? Zarusky is the last name. After he did it, there were people standing around, sitting around, just watching. They just watched him and let him walk off the train. Now, I get it, fam. The dude just stabbed one person. Who's to say if you intervene, he won't stab you to death? I couldn't have been on that train and let it go down like that. I would have proceeded with caution. Ain't no way I can just let it go down. I would have got at his ass, but I would have done it with caution. I ain't gonna just rush in because shit, I ain't trying to get stabbed up. Shit, shit. I'm trying to get back home too. But I would have did something, even if it would have meant when he got off that train, I got off the train and I track his ass. Grab me some, pick me up a stick or a brick or something along the way. If I ain't got it on me already, if I had it on me, it'd be a wrap. But if I ain't got it on me, I'm gonna pick up something. And I would have clobbered his ass. I wouldn't have let him get away with that. See, because you let one person get away with that, this right here ain't got nothing to do with color, fam. This is mental illness. You let that fool get away with killing one person, you let that fool get away with killing that woman, then you think he ain't gonna kill again? You can't have these lunatics running around here like that. So even if you're the most selfish person in the world, even if you're the most mind your own business person in the world, you got to step in there, man. You got to step in the gap. You got to step in the gap. You got to step in the gap, man. All of this, oh man, mind your own business, oh, snitching and do. If you still got to explain to somebody the difference between snitching and being an eyewitness to a crime, you wasting your time. That is a fool that cannot be saved. You wasting your time. Because ain't no way I'm gonna watch my neighbor house get robbed and let some fool get in the car and just drive off, and I'm not gonna do something. I'm not gonna collect that license plate, get a picture, a video. I'm not gonna step out there with that thing or something. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do something. Because if I let that fool get away with robbing my neighbor's house, I'm next. Because that's how robbery works. You hit one house and you be like, damn, it was sweet. You might even hit that same house again. But you hit that house. Next thing you know, you hit an, oh, it's sweet over there. Shit, I got in and out, no problems. So you're going to keep going back in that neighborhood. You're going to hit that neighborhood again. You're going to hit another house in the neighborhood. Then another house in the neighborhood. Sometimes you might see something that you like while you're going to hit this one house. Or after you hit this house, you thinking about, oh, damn, that looked like that would have been sweet right there, but I'll get it next time around. Now you're going to get it this time around. You're going to get it this time around. When people try to sell y'all the idea that we need to hate each other, we need to be over here and hate them people over there, hate all them people. Now, listen to me carefully, fam. Because like I said, I hate who hate me and love who love me. I don't give a damn about anybody that made their mind up that they don't like me. I don't give a damn about you. I don't like you like that. I don't want to change your mind. Hey, it's whatever. But if you're rocking with me, I'm rocking with you. So anybody that's trying to sell you on the concept that it's cool for us to hate them and them hate us and we live in too close a proximity to each other. We share the same resources in the cities and states that we live in. We breathe the same air. We're sharing the same resources. We share the same streets. We go to the same supermarkets. We share the same roads. We share the same parks. We share the same sports stadiums. We share the same federal buildings. It don't make no sense to not try to figure it out. But the people that try to sell us on the division, it's because they're being rewarded for selling that division. So they've decided profits over people. And they know that they got a bunch of crash dummies following them. They know they can say this thing and say that thing is going to fire people up. And they know that meanwhile, these people over here are going to be crashing out. At the same time, you cashing out. They cashing out. They're crashing out. As much as they crash out, you cash out. So as long as they're crashing out, he's cashing out. And he's going to keep it going because that's what they want to hear. And he knows that they're dumb. They're slow. Because he wouldn't be out there crashing out. Like Charlie Kirk ain't never went out and crashed out for nobody. With all of the stuff that he talked, with all of the support that he give to these radicals and all this stuff, he never went out and crashed out himself. He ain't never went out and downed nobody, punched nobody, nothing. He just run the mouth. He just did the mouth thing, like a lot of people do. But they gonna get you all wired up to go out and crash out and blow your life. Separate yourself from your family. Get you caught up. This, what happened to Charlie, is it's really, for people that's like him, it's really an isolated incident. It's not something that happens often. Usually the casualties are the people who follow them. Those are the usual casualties, are the people who follow him and the people who they have this contempt for. That's who is usually the casualties. People like Charlie usually live to be a ripe old age. Usually. No more talk.